Welcome to Evil Live, the live media commentary show that answers the question, how strong do you actually have to be to drag a deer back to your shed?
Spoiler, not that strong.
Oh. Well, that's anticlimactic.
I know. Well, I mean, fuck, dude's all like emaciated and shit.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
that's
he
true.
was able to do it.
Well,
I feel like I could probably do it.
I don't even know if I could do it. I don't know. It's like the way he was holding the horns. I'd be afraid I'd slip and like impale myself.
I mean, it's just a chance you gotta take for food.
Right. Well, subscribe if you're new to the channel because today we are reviewing HBO's The Last of Us Season 1, Episode 8. When we are in need. When we are in need.
Yes, that one.
When we learned how to read. Is what it's called.
Products of the American education system, people. That's as good as it gets.
Yeah. So this is direct. Well, first, what were your initial thoughts of this episode?
Motherfucking Troy Baker. We finally got him in the episode or in the show. You watch the BTS, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you know who he is and shit. Yeah, I was fucking stoked to see him in the show finally.
He's a lot like waifish. Like he's a lot thinner than I expected. I expected like more, I don't know, bulk or something. It was weird. I looked at it, I was like, huh, that's him, right? That's his voice, huh? All right.
Well, do you know like his list of credits and shit?
No.
Oh man, like he's probably like the only other Joker besides Mark Hamill that was worth a shit.
Really?
So I come from that school of thoughts of him. So it's like he fits that really well, especially if you're to look up him doing the monologue from The Killing Joke. Like he looks like, throw some face paint on him, he's the Joker. So yeah, definitely different than Joel.
That sounds awesome.
It's fucking dope.
I'm gonna have to check that out. All right. Well, this episode left me in, again, emotional hell. I think is the appropriate phrase.
That's the clinical term.
Yeah. It's just trauma. I still have PTSD from watching it. That ending, I was just like, oh what the fuck just said? What happened? It was crazy. It was great. So this was directed by Ali Abbasi, written by Craig Mazin. Of course, this aired yesterday, March 5th. I mean, the story is pretty simple. Mm-hmm. And you knew at some point we had to run across full-blown cannibals. Mm-hmm. These are like half-blown, not full-blown.
Yeah, there's only a couple of them that know that they're eating humans.
Yeah. My wife can spot a cannibal a mile away. We were just watching, and like it was this really early scene, and there was like a piece of food somewhere, and she's like, dead people. I was like, what? She's like, they're cannibals. Like, what are you talking about? And then, of course, cut to a minute later. I'm like, oh, motherfucker. Why is my wife smarter than me?
I mean, that's just how it is.
I can take a pipe. I can fix it. Drop just a few levels down so you're, on par below me. So I feel better about myself.
I mean, you always just start with a crayon up the nose. Like, that's what I do. Like, anytime I feel like my wife's getting too smart, I wait till she's asleep and just jam one more up there until she gets on the level with me.
Right.
She's almost there.
She's like a
luckily she
doesn't
watch this shit, so she won't know the secret. Yeah. But yeah, that's my tip.
Oh,
because unless they do a CAT scan or something, like nobody's gonna fucking know. Not abuse if you can't see it, right?
Yep. Yep, that's where we're going today. No, I love how this opens with her looking at Shauna, looking at just the wound, and it's like infected and disgusting, and I was just like, I thought we fixed this. Damn it!
No, all she did was stitch it. Like, it's still a fucking open wound in his head. Well, I mean, it's not over necessarily.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a little bit of internal damage. There was fat stuck in him.
I was just bummed because then I was like, well, what is this episode going to be about? Like, how is this going to be interesting with one person running around? That's like not the dynamic is a team. And boy, was I fucking wrong, because just immediately that hunting scene alone, I was like, it was like I was watching a like a boxing match or something. I was like calling out what she should be doing, and it was just a lot of fun watching it.
Yeah.
I've never been hunting in my life.
I've gone a few times. When I was vegan, that was terrible. Luckily, all the people I went hunting with were alcoholics, so it was literally just them drinking while they're, the miner takes care of everybody.
That sounds safe.
Yeah, magical.
Sounds totally like something everyone should do. Hey, Chris, thanks for joining live. No, I loved that whole scene, and then because we had that like earlier scene a couple episodes back where she was like, "No, I want to learn how to hunt," and he's like, "Well, what about dressing it?" She's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You got to take all the guts out." She's like, "Oh, I didn't even think about that." You can tell as soon as she like looked at the size of this deer on the ground in front of the two guys, there's just something that snaps in her head, like, "Oh, how am I going to get this back? How am I going to do this? This is like heavier than I am."
Right.
It's just like the reality is you always have to chase them after you've hit them. Just, sometimes it's really far and sometimes you get lucky, and then you have to bring it back out. And that's something that I don't think a lot of people initially think about the hunting aspect as the actual physical exertion. It's not like just sitting in a tower and then you go home and
worse too if you catch multiple. Like,
yeah.
Like the way my dad always explained it is like because he used to go deer hunting quite often. They would just pop them, figure out where the fuck they dropped, pick them up on the way back, and it's like, god damn, like one is enough.
Yeah.
Especially if you know how to break it down properly, but damn, like multiple just seems like that's way too much work. Just go down to the fucking store and buy some bologna.
Yeah.
I feel like that option's not utilized very much in the apocalypse, and they really should correct that.
It's true. Just go after the bologna, people. Jeez.
Yeah.
It'll last forever. Yeah, no, that whole the hunting aspect of it was just a lot of fun. I loved getting that initial. First of all, you play the game. Do you remember this part of the game?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's definitely different. Like I remember the end. And I do remember the initial, oh fuck, I get to play as Ellie situation. But the whole cult dynamic, I really don't remember too much of it.
Yeah. I like the introductory scene to that, him just sort of reading the passage, and then as soon as he mentions the dead father, immediately you start making the connection with a couple episodes back and those other people. And I love how it sort of recontextualizes the idea of the good guys and the bad guys. Because objectively, if this is just the first episode you've seen, you would think that Joel is a evil monster, and the people that Joel killed, in this particular case, the cultists, are like the best people ever. They're just like nice and happy. But, once you get everything in context, you get to start to see all these different perspectives and points of view, and it just makes the experience a little bit more realistic than just like a one-sided, you're evil, so I kill you type situation.
Yeah. I
love it. They're just trying to survive. And, the Donner Party did it. I mean, am I better than the Donner Party? I don't think so. I'm going to have to eat someone.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't take me long to resort to cannibalism. I'll be honest. Like,
it's like a long weekend.
I miss my midday snack. I'm thinking about cutting somebody's fucking leg off.
You work out? You got any fatty tissue in there? Would it go good with garlic? What are you talking about? Nothing. Just sizing up my apocalypse.
Here, eat this butter real quick. Why? Just, come on, man. It's cool. Just eat the buddy.
Garlic infused butter. Yeah. Oh, man. Hey, Goldman. Thanks for tuning in. So I love the idea of meeting this sort of religious group, and they don't seem like bad people. They're just, it's circumstantial. I really appreciate that. And then we get them out to go hunting, and they sort of meet up looking at the thing like, it's just laying here. Should we take it? And it's like, yeah, let's get it and go. Like, motherfucker, you know what it takes to hunt. You're just going to steal it from someone? Like, what? They're going to come looking for it? Fuck. What an asshole. It's just like the worst. It's like people who find stray dogs and then just keep them as their own.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
Someone's looking for that dog in like 3 out of 20 times. Like, let them at least try to like take it to a place, and then if no one claims them, then you can like adopt it. But don't just abduct someone's dog or take their deer, fuckers. Yeah, I thought that was really a great little setup, because then we immediately get this not just numbers and power dynamic, but this sort of state of living dynamic, because they have a home. Ellie is lost, literally. And so you just feel like they have every advantage in their corner, and yet this girl is holding them both off, and successfully. Like, one of them, of course, is working on her behalf because he's a fucking pervert rapist, but like the other one is just like, what are we doing? Let me just punch her in the face and we're done.
Right.
I loved the dynamics that they just set up with that. Is it believable in your opinion?
Yeah, totally. He's a fucking religious leader. Of course he wants to bang a 14-year-old girl. I mean, yeah, she's a little on the older side for their taste, but I mean, still, it's within the reasonable range, 12 to 14. So
those religious people, man.
Yeah, I mean, usually it's boys. Let's be honest.
That's true.
You can't knock up a boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, still whatever.
Stuff we talk about in this.
Dude, well, that's not even us. Like,
that's true. You're right.
That's and this show. Like, skipping forward a little bit, the fucking prison scene where he's all like holding her hand and shit. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, he's professing his love to a 14-year-old girl. Like, you're insane. I'm insane. Let's fuck.
Yeah.
Let's reproduce. Let's put our babies across the land and rebuild this shithole.
Well, imagine this like pulled away shot of just like throwing like rows of babies populating the earth.
Yeah.
You take that corner. You take that corner. All right.
Right.
They could have fun. You just have like bouncing balls or like, I don't know, air pads on the ground or something. They'll be fine.
Well, I mean, realistically, when they're young enough, their skulls aren't fully developed, so it'll just bounce back if it hits. Right? That's how it works.
Nope.
That's what my mom said.
Okay. I got this weird. Yeah. So I really do love that. They're doing everything they can just to draw her back to the group, knowing that if we don't succeed and if she does get away, we can just follow her trail. Like, it's snow. You can't hide that. There's no wind in Colorado.
Well, I mean, not enough.
Yeah. So I love that he sort of, he wasn't in a rush. He knew if it wasn't A, then it was B. No harm, no foul. We'll get there eventually. And we'll kill this dude that, she's sort of looking for medicine for.
I just love how he explained that shit. Yeah. Like, back at the place, like, hey, we got a deer, and everybody's all mopey because, they're dying and everybody's dying and they're sad. And he's like, but we got a deer. But wham! Smack! Bitch, we're going to get these people. Like, that was just...
Yeah, he pimp slapped that girl.
Yeah.
And she wasn't even talking shit or anything. She just said, kill him and the girl. That's it. He just got fresh one.
Yeah. I mean, it's what she gets for undermining her now dad. Because apparently, as soon as real dad dies, he's like, nah, I'm your dad now.
Ugh.
That's not weird at all.
Cults are the worst.
Really the
just
worst.
The fucking worst. And the worst part about it is it's so obviously a cult. Like, I find myself, like, I was yelling at the TV as we were watching this. It's just like, why are you following him? Why are you doing what he says? He looks like an asshole. Just walk away from him. I can't ever imagine how people fall in love with these cult leaders and then who are like clearly fucking losers. But I mean, if George Clooney started a cult, I would get it. I'd be like, yeah, I'd follow him too. Brad Pitt, all right, fuck. But that dude, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Cults aren't all bad. They make some pretty great Kool-Aid.
That's true. It's to die for.
Yeah. Kind of implied the guy had controlled other girls. Yeah, Golden Moon. I think there was a sort of a pattern suggested in there.
I mean, that's cult-like behaviors, grooming the young to do what they want. Whatever.
Yeah. How do we start a cult again? That's not starting to sound like there's a good side to this thing on.
That's the hard part. You know, first step, charisma. Next step, socks. I don't know.
Dreams come true. That's what comes next. Yeah. So then of course she goes back and she's like trying to figure out, where do I stick this? She hasn't seen Pulp Fiction, which would be my first choice. And then she's like, I'm just gonna put it right in the wound. Like,
I mean, that's one to do it.
It's better than his eyeball for sure.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah.
But it just seemed like probably the worst place to put it.
Well, I mean, maybe not, because I mean, it's a pretty advanced infection. Like, he's dying.
Yeah.
So why not just put it right where it's going?
Seems like it would hurt. That's all. Just the pain. And I don't know. Like, it doesn't proximity matter at all, because it's all supposed to get in like the bloodstream, right?
Yeah. I would imagine so.
No, I clearly don't know shit about shit.
I mean, I'm a medical professional, and yes, you just stick it where it's festering.
Okay. Well, the more you know, people. Yeah, I just thought that looked really painful when she did that, and she was going in so slow.
God, that was so beautiful. Like, that whole makeup setup was just, that was perfection.
Yeah. Then she hears the people coming over soon, looking for them, and she immediately like, oh shit, I got to like sort of draw them away. And the worst part about this entire setup was not her abandoning him with a knife, saying, please don't go to sleep, kill someone if they come down here, or her, grabbing that beautiful horse and going. It was fucking asshole Baker shooting that horse.
Yeah, that was, I don't do animal violence very well, and I almost turned off the fucking episode. And it was like, no, I'm gonna finish it because it's a great show, and it's probably gonna be in the BTS. They're gonna show me how it was complete bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretend. I know it's bullshit, but still, like, I don't do well with that shit.
Yeah. It was just so rough. I don't know. I don't know if it's old age. I don't know. I feel like I used to watch Faces of Death and it didn't bother me. And now I see a horse get shot in a really believable scene. Like, of course, you're not going to shoot her. You want to capture her initially. So you got to stop the horse. But I don't know. It sucked.
Yeah.
Is that XP as an experience points for killing the horse? Or is that a weird smile?
I mean, maybe. He's working on becoming venom infected.
Yeah.
He's got to that shit up.
Almost a deadite. Yeah, and so I loved seeing, Joel sort of after Ellie was caught from the horse fall. I love seeing Joel like torturing those motherfuckers to find out where she is.
Yeah.
I mean, I always knew, because they told us straight up, he's a bad guy. He kills people for no reason, but you don't think of him as a bad guy. You think of him as the good guy. But when he put that knife in, he threatened to pop that kneecap off. I felt it.
Man, that was so good. It's like, yeah, I'd do the same thing.
So bad. Yeah. I don't know if I could do that.
See, I have this problem where I don't care about people. Like, human suffering doesn't bother me any,
right?
Like, they're all parasites. So to torture somebody like that, I don't think I'd have any problem doing it, especially given the situation.
Yeah, he did seem to recover pretty quickly. I mean, from the needle injection to
2 fucking vials of direct penicillin into the wound. I mean, that mixed with adrenaline, that'll do it, I guess.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was the XP he got from stabbing the dude in the throat.
That's what it was.
It's he used those experience points properly and built up his stamina. So
yeah. All right. Well, good for him. He did great. He healed up fast and he got the information he needed. I love the brutal aspect of the dude's like, he told you what you wanted. Why'd you do that? You didn't have to kill him. And he grabs the pipe and you're like, oh, dude.
Well, and the best part is like, I'm not telling you shit. And he's like, yeah, no, I got what I needed. Whack. It's like, fuck yeah. Fuck these guys.
It was like a Friday the 13th kill. It's like Jason Voorhees walking up to someone. You're just like, oh, you are not the good guy. Joel, you broke my heart. What'd you do, man? But I get it. You have to be that type of a person to survive, especially 20 years into the apocalypse. But it just, and of course, he's been resisting this for months now, having any emotional attachment, and he's just recently accepted the emotional attachment with her as a daughter figure. So yeah, that just sort of amplifies the rage and the worry and the fear, and so I get it. Just rough.
Yeah.
Pretty rough. And to really not do anything. Like, he didn't save Ellie. Ellie saved herself.
That's the best part about this episode was he's trying so fucking hard to get there to protect her. And by the time he gets there, she's already fucking rescued the damsel in distress herself.
Mm-hmm.
And man, yeah, that shit was brutal.
Yeah. And then let's just talk about this moment when she's caged and the creepy preacher comes in trying to freaking marry her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fantastic. Busts his fucking fingers, like totally playing into it. Like she is the excellent predator. Like she fucking lures people in and then she fucks their shit up. I mean, yeah, she got her face busted up and almost got chopped up into chili, but
price of admission.
She fucking got him good.
Yeah,
like that was great. He had to go grab a homie to come fuck her up.
That's so awesome. Hey, help me with this girl. She's mean. I'm afraid of her. Well, that's why when he said, "You're in a cage because I'm afraid of you," I believed it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was the most real he was. Like, he was being honest. He was opening up to her because he thought he could reach her by being real with her.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I have violent thoughts. You have violent thoughts. Like, I understand because, whatever.
Let's get
I get it.
Together.
I'm the same way. Yeah.
Let's make a violent thought baby.
Yeah, pretty much.
And throw it around. Yeah. I love their entire dynamic. It's just straight disgust and straight desire. And they're just like hitting this chain link fence wall between them. And I think he probably is alive because she's behind that chain link. Because we saw what happened as soon as it wasn't there. And it did not go well for this poor rapist piece of shit pedophile. He got what he deserved, we'll just say.
Oh, absolutely. He probably deserved more than he got, but the place was burning down. But just even just the Troy Baker death. Like I forget what his character's name is, but god damn it, that was good. Dude's like trying to play the mind games on her, like chops down the cleaver just to fucking scare her, and she snatched that bitch up and whack right in the throat, like no hesitation. She's a killer.
Yeah. It did prompt a moment that really made me start questioning what I know about the virus, because she said, "I'm infected and now you are too." And I was like, well, no, you're not. But then she is. She is actually infected. It's just her body is able to cut the trigger of having it affect her or something, right? Or does the virus get killed by her?
Yeah, I would imagine it just dies in her system.
Wouldn't it be cool if it was just dormant and didn't affect her, and then she actually did pass it off?
That would be cool, definitely. Because then she could just bite motherfuckers.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was expecting to happen. I was like, oh shit, I don't know what happens to the virus when it gets in her body. So is he now infected? Are we about to see him go crazy on his community in mushroom mode? Fuck yeah. I was really expecting something crazy like that.
Yeah, no, it was a ploy to just get him to stop for a second.
Damn ploys tricking me and shit.
I mean, it tricked him too, man. Fucking people fall for it.
We have to send her some crayons.
Right.
Solve this problem. Fucking crayons.
Can you tell me what this smells like? Kind of get it really up in there. Whack!
Does it smell like blue to you too? Yeah, I mean, as soon as he went full prison mode, I mean, first of all, I want to ask you about the fire thing, because I feel like anyone in his situation would have grabbed the curtain and put the damn fire out.
Yeah, that's my first thought too.
Just
why wouldn't you just rip the fucker down, rolled up on itself, and stomp it out?
He was looking at it long enough. I think he was actually wondering where he keeps the s'mores ingredients. He was like, I can have a nice afternoon. He's like, this is pleasant. I like this fire. It's burning your shit down, man. What the fuck are you doing? I don't know. I thought that moment was totally unbelievable, and just it set up a stage of disbelief for the character from that moment on.
So for me, it was he's understanding it's the end, and that's almost a way to draw her out. Is like, you either come out and die for my hand, or you stay here and you die from either smoke inhalation or the place burning down.
Yeah.
Plus, he's fucking insane. Like, he's been eating people. Like, after a certain point in time, if you eat the right amount, well, I guess it's more specifically like brains, but you do go insane.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So he did. And I love the dime he just like flipped on when he was like, oh, I'm going to kill you. You know what? I'm not going to kill you. Now I'm going to make love to you.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? You were like, what?
Dude, I hate to say this because it sounds like I can empathize with pedophilia and cult mentality, because I can't. Fuck that shit. That's wrong. But I can understand wanting to kill somebody and then fuck them within the same 5 seconds, because I'm married.
Ah, yes.
Like, you know,
I
sometimes
see where you're
going.
going.
Like, oh,
I
love
see
you.
where you're going.
You know, I'm down. And then just that one thing, it snaps, and you're like, God,
Yep.
I just want to take this fork and bury it into the back of your skull.
Yeah.
Here, sniff a crayon.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
No, you don't, because you got a perfect marriage.
Yeah. Those exist. No, it was harsh to watch. I mean, first of all, when he was at first he straddled her, I was like, oh, he's gonna like beat her up. But then I would have preferred seeing him beat her up. That sounds weird.
Yeah, dude.
Than seeing him like trying to fucking rape her. Like that's
that shit's not good, man.
First of all, the act is bad. Second of all, the age of act is bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like bad on bad on bad. It's just like, oh fuck me. Like, when is Joel gonna like Tarzan like tackle this dude from the side? And it just never happened. And then he put her hands up, and it was just like we had that view up at him for a second. I was just like, oh my gosh, he's ripping my eyes. I can't take this shit. Fuck, I can't watch this, but I can't look away. And then she just grabs that cleaver, and it was like nothing I've ever seen from this actress. She owned that moment. Like, I thought she acted the best I've ever seen of anyone doing anything like that.
Yeah, it was pretty goddamn brutal.
That, and the thing is like, she was like hacking at him. Mm-hmm. Clearly he's dead. And she's still just going. She's only stopping for like one count for breath.
Stopped. She comprehended what was happening, but was like, no, fuck this shit. Fuck this guy. Yeah.
Oh God, I love her.
Yeah, that fight in the game, man. Like, as soon as I saw the beams up top and the bar, it immediately took me back to that fucking fight where you are having to slink around. Oh my God, it's so intense.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be playing next month. Yeah.
The
end of this month.
Yeah, it's like you got 3 more weeks. 3 more weeks.
And I'm gonna be fighting that motherfucker.
It is. I cannot wait to play it.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. And then of course, we get the end of her just sort of walking out, and I feel so bad for her. Like, she is going to be suffering her whole life from all of the trauma she's experienced in these 8 episodes, and she wasn't even in all of them. Like, so that's how bad it is. Like, I can't believe the shit she had to go through. And she's like ultimate, like Jamie Lee Curtis final girl level, you know, like just with that one scene. That was so dope. And then, Joel coming up and grabbing her, and she's freaking the fuck out. And he's just like, no, I'm your dad. You're safe now. And I was just, fuck, that was so beautiful. And seeing her lay her head against his chest and him lay his head down. Ugh.
Yeah. Well, and even before then, man, like right before she realized that the people were in the town, like she's checking on him, she gives him a shot, and then she lays down next to him, and he's like not there at all, but kind of opens his eyes to realize that she's on him and tilts his head, and it's like, God damn it, that's just beautiful.
Yeah, it was so great. But for not much that sort of transpired in this. I mean, she went to look for food, they got into some shit, and then they got out of it. It was like the roller coaster of action drama and like just horror.
Yeah.
It's this. I don't know what the show is. I don't get why this show can do it so well and no one else can do it this well. They're just like crossing genres in this show with superb acting, music, lighting, set design. Everything is just firing on all cylinders.
I
just can't believe it. I feel like there has to be a bad last episode, or else this is like a perfect season. How is that possible?
That's fine. That's okay. I can deal with that. Well, the thing is, too, like, and you'll understand once you play the game, like, these motherfuckers don't fuck around. Like, they're looking at this sort of how they looked at the game as far as, like, building the story and how seriously they're taking it. Like, they delay the game months, if not years, to perfect it. I mean, like, right now. Yeah. They have all the sourcing shit for the PC, but they delayed it 3 more weeks just so that it was fucking perfect. Like, most companies don't give a shit. They're like, no, we want your $80 right now. Oh, no, it really is only $60, but then you gotta buy the DLC, but then you gotta buy this DLC. And if you get the season pass, it's cheaper, but it doesn't cover everything, so in another year, you're gonna be paying even more. Like, no, these guys are just like, no, you guys can wait. We're going to release everything, and you're going to fucking like it when you get it. And it's just perfect as soon as it comes out. So I feel like they really did transfer that with this series.
I mean, it's working. Whatever they did, whatever magic they have, it's fucking just killing it. So it does, like, sort of make me wonder, because I thought this was a sort of a survival horror. Mm-hmm. Meaning, like, from the sort of infected being the horror, but that's not really even present in this show. There was like one real scene, and that was it.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a little bit more prevalent in the game initially, but yeah, I mean, really, that's the real horror, is fucking humans.
Yeah, I kind of want a little more mushroom faces. Is all. Do you think we're going to get a bunch more in the finale?
I fucking hope so, man. Like, I really hope so. And the thing is, too, like, I'm more so interested to see how they're going to end the season.
Yeah.
Because they're deviating from the... Well, I guess they're not really deviating from the game necessarily, but, like, timeline-wise, it's not really where the first game ends, if I remember. So it's like, I just wonder what they're going to do. Plus, you know, if you play the second one, like, I don't think that's how they're going to start the second season, because that's a fucking rough one. So yeah, I'm so curious to see where they're going to go with it.
I just want them to get to Salt Lake City, you know, get to a point where you can say, I've delivered you to the people that need to test you, but I'm going to stay with you. You know, I just want that. You could have some other, like, cliffhanger if you want, but I just want them to be able to, like, take a deep breath and sigh and not have to worry about being killed. Oh, great. Great. All right. Well, I guess I'm not getting
that. This is killing me. This is like the hardest part about doing this shit with you, is I know how the game ends.
Yeah.
And you don't, and I can't say anything about it because, fuck, I'm not that person.
Okay, well, it's unicorns and rainbows as far as I'm concerned right now.
100%. I mean, it is. It is. It's a very happy ending.
Okay, good. It's definitely set up as if it was is going to be. Just tragedy at every corner. Everything's sad, and even the good feels are cut off by horror. Pain on pain on pain. Yeah, so what was your favorite part of this episode?
Oh, man, other than the cleaver to the face 1,000 times, like, honestly, it was the moment where she lays down with it, like, just, it fucking gut punched me so hard.
Yeah. And
it's like, I don't get it either, because, like, we've seen this connection between them this whole time. But yet, I don't know, something about that, it fucking got me.
Yeah, that's what love is supposed to feel like.
Is that love?
I don't think I've ever felt. Just kidding, honey. Love you. Yeah, my favorite was that cleaver scene, man. It was cut by the sheer horror of what was going to happen, to the horror of what actually did happen. And it was just this 1-2 emotional swing, like, no, yes, cleave his face open. It was great. And it felt so good seeing her walk out of there just like, oh, I did it. I'm a fucking hero. Yeah. I was just like, fuck yeah, you go. So proud of her. Yeah, I do feel sorry about her mental state going forward because it's got to be completely fucked up. Like, she's just going to be a broken human no matter what. Did you have a least favorite part of this?
No, not really. It's like I would have to really, really dig and get nitpicky as fuck to figure out something to hate about this.
Yeah, me too. Now, again, they knocked it out of the park. They killed it. I loved it. And I can't wait to see how they're going to end it. But I'm going to be pissed because it's going to be over. Like, this coming week, that's it.
At least for another year.
Fuck!
Yeah, it's venison.
Fuck! It's definitely venison. Sean's all human. I know what human meat looks like.
I believe it.
Okay, I got to be nice now. All right, well, is there anything else you wanted to cover with this one?
No, man, we got it.
All right.
Dying for next week.
Yeah, me too. Oh, thank you guys so much for tuning in live. We really appreciate your time. Of course, you can always subscribe to this show. It always helps out. And always remember, like it or not, evil spelled backwards is live. So get out there, get you some venison, and be evil.
Fuck yeah.
Definitely venison. Definitely.
Right. Why does this venison taste like pork?